Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Deadpool. And at this point, we all know the Maximum Series is just a way for them to make extra money on figures that should just be normal figures. And so it's kind of like uninteresting at this point. It's already gotten old. It's gotten stale. What is this, the third figure in? We had Spider-Man and Hulk and this guy, right? Hulk was a giant turd. Spider-Man was decent enough, but not good enough, and too expensive. And that's what this guy is too. That's what this guy is too. For the most part, it's a good enough replacement for any other modern Deadpool. It's going to be better than that, but it's not a $50 figure by any stretch of the imagination. And that's the end of the review, so thanks for watching. No, we're going to go through it all so you can see exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just more of the same, really. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. All right, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It is decent enough packaging. I like the packaging. The whole Deadpool thing, at this point, I think it's played out that they can just release Deadpool without like drawing on the box and stuff like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys done with Deadpool? I know a lot of you have been done with Deadpool for a long time. I've seen it in the comments. To me, it's like, okay, how many times like this? No, not maximum. It'd be better if he like crossed it out and wrote average to at best. That would be fair. That'd be good. Yeah, but otherwise it's fine packaging, I guess. You know, there's nothing noteworthy about it. It's good for Marvel packaging. It's fine. Hasbro stuff. All right. He is he's in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. He's $50. So, you know, that's your call. You spend your money how you want. If you want to, I'll put a link in the description below. But yeah, it's a $50 Marvel Legends figure. So by that alone, no, I'm telling you not to buy it. But I'll show you if it's actually a decent enough figure that you can decide, well, I'll be okay overpaying for it. 6.5 inches to the top of the head. That's going to make him about 16.5 centimeters. And there he is up against Darwin. So the scale creep is getting there, but it's not, well, Darwin's not standing straight. But yeah, he's not like a small figure. He's pretty average for Marvel Legends. All right, question of the day. Did you think that the Maximum Deadpool should be the modern design for Deadpool or the classic? I think they should have tried to match the old Toy Biz figure, especially since they're including Dupe. That would have been a really cool throwback, especially since they didn't include him in that 20 or 25 year anniversary batch of figures. I think they only did Hulk, Iron Man, and Captain America, right? I think that's what they did. They haven't done a classic Deadpool like this in a very long time. What was that Comic-Con one? Was he classic Deadpool? Either way, I think this should have been classic, but it's modern, and I want to know what you guys think about that. Do you like the modern look? Do you like the classic look? Which do you prefer? I prefer the classic, and I think the Maximum one should have been classic. But let's talk about this guy. First things first, new sculpt. I think everywhere. Yes, everywhere is new sculpt, except for the hands, I believe. I think almost all the hands, if not all of them, are reused. And maybe the shoulders are not new. You know, it's hard to say for things like that. But the rest is it's a fresh Deadpool, so that's nice. And Hasbro thinks that means they can charge whatever they want. I guess they don't realize that other companies just make new sculpts sometimes and charge normal prices. So that's weird. But as far as the figure goes, it's a pretty good sculpt from the waist up. That's not bad at all. His head is probably a little bit too big. It's a really nice head sculpt, though. I think it's the best Deadpool head that they've done. I think it looks really, really nice. But it is too big on the body by just a little bit. These are comic book characters, not people in cosplay after all. But then from the waist down, the sculpt isn't like terrible or anything, but look how skinny his legs are. And you can make the case, oh, he's supposed to be like a ninja, so what? My legs have more muscle on them than this guy has. His legs have no shape, almost literally straight up and down. I'm guessing if they didn't have to put a joint here, it would be a straight line on both sides. There's no shape. There's no muscle mass in the thighs. And he does have pretty big shoulders and a fairly broad chest. So you need to balance that. And they didn't. So that throws off the look quite a bit. They gave him unpainted black straps down here. And all the brown is just molded brown. So it looks really cheap. You do get some silver, like for the buckles and dots and things, the buttons and whatnot. But the brown plastic does look really cheap. And it's like has like an almost translucent quality. Same thing with the red in a lot of places. Like it's painted down here. They did a good job matching the paint to the plastic, but in some places where the red is actual plastic, it has a very unfinished look to it because there's no shading or anything throughout. So it does look a bit cheap, but the sculpt is nice for the torso for sure. But yeah, the paint's just really, really lacking. Like not even throwing a wash on this is just criminal. And the paint job is, it's the right color, but they did a really bad job painting his thighs. Maximum is not the word, Hasbro, for this, unless you're just talking about maximum price. Maximum price for lower quality. That's what it is. It's, his elbows don't match his arms. Yeah, it's just another Marvel Legends figure. It's just a new sculpt for Deadpool, which is a good sculpt overall, but it's nothing special in any way at all. So aesthetically speaking, it gets a 7. And that's generous. For $50, this is just absurd. It's absurd. Because they're charging you for the accessories, I guess. So let's get into the accessories. First of all, we get his 2 swords, which are the short, stumpy ones, which a lot of people hate. And when I called this out in my preview review, I had at least one guy tell me they're supposed to be ninjato. They're shorter swords than normal. Yeah, I know what a ninjato is. These are too small, and they're fat looking. They're not good sculpts. And also, Deadpool can just have katana. He does most of the time. So yeah, it doesn't look good. It looks dumb. So it doesn't really matter what Hasbro's going for and what kind of excuse you're giving them. It looks stupid. So there's that. All right, so he gets the 2 swords. He gets the 2 pistols, the 1911s. I had somebody say, why are both guns on the same side? Well, one's cross draw. So it makes sense, but you wouldn't, it doesn't look good aesthetically. So I don't know why they did it that way, but that's fine, whatever. He gets the 2 pistols. He gets the boot knife. We've gotten this boot knife since the Shield Agent 2 packs from forever ago. I think that's when that one came out. So that's and probably the 1911s too. They like to reuse stuff as much as they can. We have a whole bunch of hands. Those are all reused from the, what was it, Hydro Bob 2-pack. Never bought that, but that's what those hands are from. We have the alternate head, which I guess people like it. It looks like crap. The paint job's no good. The sculpt is okay. I don't like it. I have no use for this, especially since if you're gonna keep doing the joke with the food, he's got the chimichanga or whatever it is, looks like a burrito. Fine, but you have an unmasked mouth and you left it closed, so whatever. All right, you also get a stick of dynamite, and all right, we get 3 rifles / whatever guns, and it's so funny because this AK, it's warped just like it was in the promo photos. We'll talk about that in just a second as an aside, but you get the AK that's warped, you get this crazy stupid looking Nerf gun, which just looks really ridiculous, and you get the LMG, which is okay, fine, he's got a big gun. Okay, it's not exactly real good for posing, so what are you going to do with that? I don't get it. And then you get some muzzle flashes, that's fine. And then you get Dupe, which has just minimum articulation in the shoulders, and that's it. And he looks fine. I don't know how many people really cared about getting another Dupe, but if you're going to do it, at least make it match the old figure, that's what I say. So accessory-wise, it's not even impressive. It's by numbers more than normal. But it's not, I'm not going to use any of the guns, probably. The AK looks like crap, the other 2 guns look stupid, I'll use the 2 pistols. The knife will be in his sheath. Most of the hands are worthless. 7 out of 10. For $50, it's like the Spider-Man one. Most of the accessories are kind of worthless. Some of them are decent, and that's that. Alright, but now I want to do my aside, because I've been talking about this for a long time. Now, this figure has, I think it's 14+ on the box, but most Marvel Legends are 3+. And I've had people tell me when I've done my reviews, I say things about the neck, oh, the ball joint has to be higher up so that the neck will function, and people will repeat the things that they've heard and say things like, well, they can't do that because then it's a choking hazard. And I looked up the actual codes or whatever you want to call it for child safety, and I was like, no, that's actually not a thing, but people keep saying it because Hasbro lied about that. That's not a real thing. And they also say, well, the guns can't have harder plastic, or the accessories can't have harder plastic, or it's dangerous for kids. And again, no, that's not a real thing. These are not things that are true, and it's proven by the fact that we still have crappy soft guns on a 14+ figure. And it's also been confirmed by somebody who used to work at Hasbro. I don't want to say his name in case he doesn't want me mentioning him, but he has confirmed that what I've said is true, that it's all a bunch of BS, they're lying, they just don't make good stuff and lie about it to justify it. So, anyway, it's worth noting. Alright, let's get into the articulation. The accessories are not that good. So for the head, thankfully, they did do a double ball peg, and thankfully, it's not the worst one they've done. It's not the best thing ever, but it's definitely good enough. I'll take it. They finally listened, and it's not seated all the way down. So his head can move around pretty well, and there's no lollipop. So it moves around pretty well. It's not, like I said, it's not the best. We've definitely seen better from other companies, but it's not bad at all. And it does allow him to be very expressive, which is essential for a character like this. I think it's essential for all characters. The neck is also on a ball peg, but it doesn't move around very much. At least forward and back, it's very limited. Side to side, basically nothing. And rotating it, I'm fighting it, so I'm not sure what they did in there exactly, but it doesn't want to move a lot of the time. So be aware that the neck isn't the best, but it is articulated technically. And then the head on top of the neck is actually pretty good. All right, you can take the straps off if you want, and it doesn't look too bad underneath, so that's good. Actually, can we just... Wait a minute. It doesn't come off? I thought it came off. I never tried to pull on it before, but I see glue. They glued it? They glued it. Why? What? That's actually nuts. I thought for sure you could just take the harness off. You can't. Wow. Why? Why would you do that? Oh, man. Every cape on Marvel Legends figure forever has been misplaced and removable. And now they put a harness on them that you can't take off. They glued it on. That's nuts. Alright, anyway. Butterfly joint on this guy. It doesn't go back. Like, it really doesn't go back very far. It barely goes forward. It's a very, very bad butterfly joint. I can't believe you can't remove the harness. I thought for sure you could. I didn't even think to try. Because I thought, why would they... Like, I didn't even think about it. Why would they glue it? Alright, so the shoulder does rotate all the way around. Look at this, though. What a nice sculpt that is. I love it when there's a giant pizza slice taken out of his arm. What is Hasbro doing? The arm doesn't connect to the shoulder in any way for the sculpt, even when it's to the side, like in the neutral pose. It's still gappy. It's not terrible, but it's not good. It's so bad. Guys, I didn't even realize half this stuff was on the figure because I thought for sure, like, at least the arms connect to the shoulders. Oh, man. So double jointed elbow, that works fine. Does the arm pop off easily? Oh, God, that's going to tear right off. Or pop off. Yeah. It's taking more force. It's not going to happen on accident, but I shouldn't be able to just easily take the arm off. It's not like my room is hot or anything like that. I'm in the basement. If anything, it's cooler down here. That's nuts, man. Alright, so wrist, swivel, and hinge. Forearm, the gauntlet, you can't rotate it. Maximum my ass. Minimum. Everything on this figure is the minimum effort. You can't rotate the gauntlet, so that's going to get in the way. Man, I can't get over how lazy and cheap this company is. But it's the people at the top, it's not the people designing the figures. I don't care who's doing it. It makes no difference. Like, stop coping. Who cares whose fault it is? We have to buy this if we want to buy it. We don't have to. I don't suggest you do. It doesn't matter why. It only matters that the final product sucks, and it's overpriced by a lot. I don't believe it's only the people at the top, by the way. Like, that might be the main cause, but... Alright, for the diaphragm joint, it has decent range. It's fine. It's faceted, where it shouldn't be, for no reason. Just continue to sculpt all the way up. Like, why not? Tell me why. You can't, because I've done this myself in person on action figures, customizing and from scratch. You can just continue the sculpt. Even the little bead, like the seam, they stopped that too. It's because it's cheaper and easier. Cheaper as in it takes 10 seconds less time to stop it. It's just cheap and ugly looking, guys. Alright, and then you get the lower ab crunch that doesn't really go back. That's nuts. And it goes forward just a little bit. Even their garbage, crappy-ass articulation that they've been using for years when they shouldn't doesn't function for crap. His torso's bad. This joint works all right, but it's ugly, and this one doesn't even work. Man, I can't get over it. This might be the worst one, even considering Hulk. No, Hulk's the worst. It's going to be hard to top that. Alright, bringing the legs out to the side. It's fine. It's not all the way, and there's no reason for it to not be all the way, but it's functional. Like, you're not going to need to do the splits probably, but if you did want to do like a really splitsy type pose, you can't. Bring the legs forward, that's fine. No drop down on this guy. Thigh swivel is a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. They're fine. Good range. No problem there. You do get a boot swivel, so hey. And then ankles go all the way back, and pretty far forward, that's good. Ankle rocker on this guy's really steep, but you can rotate, even though the shin guards make it look bad, you can use it. And then you get the toe hinge, which is Still, Hasbro's trying to figure out how to do articulation, guys. We have to just give them some time. That's not, that is not how you do that. That's how Hasbro did that. Hopefully, I don't know if you can see it. That's how they did that. That's just nuts. His articulation's pretty darn bad, honestly. Like, there's a lot wrong with this figure. A whole lot. So, articulation on this guy is gonna get a 7 out of 10. No, because it's $50. It's getting a 5 out of 10. One of his ab joints doesn't work. His arms aren't connected to his shoulders. His butterfly joint doesn't work. You can't rotate his forearms. Oh, by the way, he's super gummy still. Like, you can just pull on it and it falls apart. Like, it looks like it's actually gonna tear. The plastic is so soft that it's actually just gonna tear the peg rather than pop off on this guy. But everything is gummy and cheap feeling. Oh, okay. Time for the final verdict on this guy. It's the... No, Hulk was worse. They're both bad. They're both really bad. At least this one has a new sculpt compared to Hulk, and it in a lot of ways it looks good. And I will say it's the best modern Deadpool they've released, but it's $50. You can't review it like it's a $20 figure. I love these people that say, but Marvel Legends aren't supposed to be fancy, what do you want? Well, now it's $50. Unless you think 2 cents worth of hands make it worth $50, we have to review this like it's a $50 figure, and it looks like a Marvel Legends that should be $20 rather than $28. So it's more than double the price that it should be. It's really, really not good enough. And it's deceptive, because every time I look at it, I think, oh, it's not bad, because I get tricked by the new torso and the shoulders not being ridiculously low and small. And like the head's a nice sculpt. If you put it under any amount of scrutiny, it doesn't hold up, especially for $50. That's the problem, guys. I'm seeing fewer and fewer people defend the Maximum line. That's making me happy. And that Spider-Man figure that sold out, so therefore it's good and everybody should buy it and feel FOMO and everything else. It's not sold out. It's still there. It always was. It was only sold out for days at a time because Hasbro was controlling inventory to make it look like that. Hulk is getting discounted. This guy's never sold out as far as I can tell. You guys are doing better. I appreciate that more and more of you are waking up to the best buying practices, which is to not spend money on bad figures, because then they'll make good ones. So yeah, this one's not a good one. For $50, it gets a 5 out of 10. If it was 20, let's say $30 because it came with a little bit extra accessories, and that's a reasonable price, I think. If it was $30, I'd give it 8.5, maybe. I mean, it still has a lot of problems, but 5 out of 10 for $50. This isn't even close to a $50 figure. Save your money. Save your money. Buy 2 Jada figures instead. Buy 2 Storm figures instead. I know it's not exactly the same, but do yourself a favor. Even if you don't like Street Fighter, go buy Ryu and Ken from Storm Arena. That'll be $60. This guy's $50. It's not even close. Please, if you only collect Marvel Legends, look into different lines so you can see what's available out there for quality. This is not it, guys. Not it. Alright, I'm done. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but I will stop. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.